Go ahead.
Jen, thank you. The president, yourself, have frequently cited what you describe as the failures or the shortcomings of the Trump administration as it relates to their response to COVID. We're now nearly a month into this administration. Does the Biden administration now own the coronavirus response?
Well, certainly the President of the United States owns the response to the COVID pandemic. That's why he is focused on it every single day. However, it's important for the American people to know what we inherited when the president came into office. And what he inherited was not enough supply, not enough vaccinators, not enough places for vaccinations to happen. Communities had been left to fend for themselves. And so that's what he's been focused on and working on. But certainly, if he were standing here, he would say that's why it's the issue he wakes up every morning and is focused on, because addressing it is what's on the minds of the American people. And he's the president. It's his responsibility to focus on it.
Let me ask you if I can. I want to bounce around a little bit back to the impeachment trial that just wrapped up. You guys posted a statement late on Saturday where he said the final vote, though it didn't lead to a conviction, the substance of the charge, the president said, is not in dispute. Even those opposed to the conviction, he cited Mitch McConnell, believed that Donald Trump was guilty of a disgraceful dereliction of duty, practically and morally responsible for provoking the violence unleashed on the Capitol. So if he wasn't convicted through an impeachment trial via Congress, via the Senate, how should a president who commits acts that President Biden says are not in dispute be punished?
Well, I think obviously there was a process that worked its way through the Senate. That's why we put out a statement on Saturday evening.
Does he support criminal prosecution?
That will be up to the Department of Justice to determine. We're doing something new here, and there's going to be an independent Justice Department to determine what any path forward and any investigation would look like.
Absent this president's actions, though, does something like this, does it seem, I mean, Mitch McConnell left that door open to criminal prosecution. Would actions like this, do they meet the bar for criminal prosecution?
I am not going to speculate on criminal prosecution from the White House podium. The president is committed to having an independent Justice Department that will make their own decisions about the path forward.
Let me ask you a last question on the candidates. Housekeeping around here. TJ Ducklo, as we know, is no longer working for this White House. He was suspended for a week after comments that he made to a female journalist. The president, as you know, on Inauguration Day said, "If you're ever working with me and I hear you treat another with disrespect, talk down to someone, I promise you I will fire you on the spot. No ifs, ands, or buts." He didn't fire TJ on the spot. He has since resigned. Has the president's position on talking down or disrespecting others changed?
I think the president leads by example, and I try to do the same. And on Saturday, when we announced that TJ Ducklo had resigned his position, something we all agreed was the right path forward, I made clear that every day we're going to try to meet the standard set out by the president in treating others with dignity and respect, with civility, and with a value for others through our words and our actions. He's no longer employed here, and I think that speaks for itself.
Go ahead. Jen, thank you. As you prepare to put out an immigration plan as soon as the end of this week, can you give us a little more information on the timing? And also, when it comes to the Dreamers, can you give us any specifics on whether a potential pathway to citizenship will be part of the plan for that particular group?
Well, there certainly is part of the proposal that the president outlined and proposed on day one is an earned path to citizenship, right, for 11 million immigrants who are undocumented immigrants who are living in the country. He's also somebody who believes in the rights of the DACA recipients to be in the country. He was here during the of course, Obama-Biden administration, of which he played a prominent role, important role, and supported that program. We've outlined the tenets of what we think the proposal should look like, which includes that, but also includes funding to address the root causes, includes investment in smart security, but Congress will have to work through what it looks like moving forward and what components will be included in here or what components could be dealt with separately.
And how important will it be to this administration that this be one overarching, large, comprehensive package versus pieces of an immigration plan that are broken up and passed separately?
Well, I understand and I've read, I know there's different points of view and different views from prominent and important advocates on this particular issue, but we're going to let the bill be presented formally at some point soon. I'm not going to get ahead of that process, and certainly the president feels that all of these requirements that are in the bill, these components of the bill, are what makes it comprehensive. They all need to be addressed. That's why he proposed them together.
And does the president plan to rescind these Trump-era restrictions on immigration and work visas that have dramatically limited immigration. They're set to expire at the end of March. Will he let those expire naturally, or will he rescind them before that?
Let me talk to our Department of Homeland Security. It's likely a conversation that would happen in coordination with them. Obviously, the president's view is that the approach of the prior administration was immoral, but also ineffective in terms of addressing the many challenges of an outdated immigration system. But I don't have an update on those particular requirements.
Question on Afghanistan: has the administration decided whether to further troop withdrawals below 2,500? And if the decision hasn't been made yet, when do you expect one?
I don't have any update on that front or a timeline of when any additional decisions will be made.
Do you feel that the previous administration withdrawing troops so quickly tied this administration's hands?
I think the president is somebody who is not new to the global stage and certainly not new to the difficult decisions that need to be made around issues related to Afghanistan, issues related to the men and women who are serving, and our own national security. So he's making decisions through that prism, but I just don't have an update on what any timeline will look like.